Alright, in previous tutorial we saw about the virtual machine which provides the compute power. In this tutorial we'll learn about the storage power in Azure. Let's begin. We'll begin with the creating with storage account. A storage account we need if anything we want to store in Azure, be it file share or blob. Next we will be creating one container. So container is nothing but it works like storage for the blob. Just like for files we have directories and all, in similar fashion container is something we can treat it like a directory, I can say, where we will put the our blobs and all, right? So let's begin with the hands-on. I have the portal handy here. We are at the Azure portal. So in order to we'll create everything from the scratch. We have the Azure storage accounts here. We can also search here if it's not appearing here, storage accounts, right? Anyway, both will work. So let's click here. So once we are here, we can begin by clicking here, create or create storage account. Both works. So let's click here, create. Next we need to give a storage account name. Let's give it Cloud Guru Amit. Next we need to mention the region. Region is where our data will be stored. So we will select US East 2. There are optional as per your location or convenience. We can select the region. For low latency is better where you reside, select the region close to your area. So next is the performance. We have the standard one. This is for most common scenarios. If you want low latency kind of thing, like this will be costly premium, we can go for premium as well. For the interest of this demo, it's not required because it's a simple demo. Next is the redundancy. So how many backup failure scenarios those you want. So since this is just a basic tutorial, we don't care much about the data. I'll select LRS. This looks good. There are also a couple of steps, but to keep this tutorial simple, I'll click on review and create. Next again we need to click on create after reviewing this if this looks good. All right, till this gets ready, I have file on my local computer. Like I have created one HTML file. It's called a website. So the contents of the file looks something like this. This is a simple HTML. We know h1 tag I have added. This is just a simple thing. So this you can open a notepad if you're using a Windows and give the extension of the file as .html. So it will save as HTML file. So this should be simple. We'll upload this file to our storage account after creating one container. So let's check the progress where we are. So our deployment is now ready. Let's go to the resource. So this is our storage account Cloud Guru Amit 007. We are good. Next we need to create one container. Container will be present under data storage. Here we have the container. Let's go ahead and click it. Here we have the plus symbol, plus container. So we need to name a container. Let's name it Amit container. This looks good. Let's click on create here. Instantly creates the container. So as mentioned, a container is nothing but if you want to put our blob, we need one location, right? So we have successfully created this container. Now we got the upload button here where we can add our files from our local computer. Let's go ahead by uploading our website file from our local computer. Let's browse for files by clicking here. All right, let's browse this website file. You can double click it. We are done. Let's click on this upload magic button. It got successfully uploaded here. We can see the tier is hot. Hot, we know, like for frequent data access, the tier should be hot. If you want to store more, save much cost, then cold storage is also fine. So let's check mark this. I want to show something. Let's click here, the three buttons. We have the viewer edit. If we click here, there is one beauty of Azure which I want to show you. If I click here, it simply shows our notepad file which we have seen. And if we click here HTML, there are tons of options, basically different languages as well, like C, C++, C Sharp, all the famous ones are there as per our wish, the document which we want to view. So since it's HTML, let's click on preview. So this is what one HTML document should look like, right? The h1 tag, these are the highlighted ones and all, right? So we can check our contents of our file directly using the Azure portal as well. So this is less known fact, but if you have already tried, that's well and good. So we are done with the some of the steps. If you look, we have created storage account, then created container, third step also we have uploaded the file and checked. Now let's go ahead by creating file share. So file share we know works on the protocol, SMB protocol and all. Let's go back. In order to go back to the create one file share, we need to get out of the container that is here, and this was one basically our storage account. So storage, in the storage account, again if you look in the data storage, we have the file share. Let's click on it, and here we have the plus button to create one file share. Let's click file share. I'll name it Amit file share. This looks good. Then we have the access share. So depending upon our workload, we can also select the access share. For this demo, hot should be sufficient, right? Even cold is good, but yeah, hot like this is a frequently accessed data, I'll say for now. So hot looks good. Next it will show you the performance, maximum IOPS and all, maximum capacity. So it's sufficient 100 TIB, right? Let's go ahead by clicking on review and create. So here we can see, just remember, file share works on the SMB protocol as mentioned before, right? Access tier is hot for us for frequently accessed data. Let's go ahead by clicking create. So it gets instantly created here. If you look, successfully created storage file share. The maximum capacity is 100 TIB. A soft delete is 70s by the way. Now let's go ahead by click on, we can also browse the file now. Let's upload the file just like we have did, upload. Then again browse for files, it will redirect to a local computer. Again we have the website file here. Let's go ahead by clicking, let's click on upload. So it got successfully uploaded. We can also see here the file. In case you are stuck at this page and you have uploaded the file, let me show you once again. Let's say I want to upload another file. Click on upload. So it will show you successfully uploaded the file. But if you check, like we cannot see the file, right? So please do not panic. Here we have the browse option where we can click and check all the files. So these were the two files. Previously you uploaded the website file, and now we have uploaded this PNG file as well. So this is how you can upload files and make use of the storage account. Just to make sure, whenever we are done with any kind of tutorial, make sure to go to the resource group and clean up for the basics things I'm showing you in the first place. Later on I won't be showing you this removal things, so we'll need to go to the resource group where it's located. We'll click all these. Currently we have created one storage account, so it's good. Just one thing, we can see just one record here. Next, on the three dots here, we have got the delete. Then we need to type delete or just copy paste this. This will also work. Let's copy paste it and click on delete. Yes, delete. So it will delete all our resources which we have spent during the hands-on. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this storage tutorial video. Alright, let's look at some storage concepts. We'll first look at option A and B. A says Microsoft SQL Server Migration Assistant and B says Data Migration Assistant. As per the scenario described in the question, there is no requirement for data migration like from on-premises to cloud. Hence, we don't require SQL Server Migration Assistant nor Data Migration Assistant. So let's reject this. Let's look at option C. C says AZ copy. AZ copy cannot upload data automatically to Azure SQL database as required by the questionnaire. If you look, that is uploading the data to an Azure SQL database, which AZ copy cannot satisfy. C is out. We are left out with option D, that is ADF, Azure Data Factory. So we know that Data Factory allows us to create data pipelines that can move data from various sources like Azure Blob storage to destinations like Azure SQL database, which is what the scenario required by the question. That being said, it is the correct answer. If you look at the official documentation, it's written in this tutorial you'll use the Azure portal to create a data factory. Then you use the copy data tool to create a pipeline that copies data from Azure Blob storage to a SQL database. So that's what is required. We'll lock option D as the correct answer. Alright, this question is similar to the previous question. Azure Data Factories allows us to lift and shift SSIS packages or projects and workloads to Azure Cloud. Hence, we'll keep ADF again, Azure Data Factory, and reject the rest and lock it as the correct answer. Alrighty, in this scenario, we can use Azure Data Factory to dynamically copy data from an on-premises SQL server to Azure SQL database once again. Hence, we'll keep option A and reject the rest. I hope you got this concept. Like whenever we need to copy data to Azure SQL database, so Azure Data Factory comes into picture. I have also a hands-on tutorial for Azure Data Factory. You can check it out to solidify your concepts on it. We'll lock option A in the interest of time. Okay, this seems to be a unique question and it's about asynchronous XML messages. We'll first look at option A. It says Azure Notification Hubs. Azure Notification Hub is used for push notification to mobile devices and isn't suitable for asynchronous communication required by the question. Therefore, incorrect choice. Let's move to option B. B says Azure Service Fabric. Azure Service Fabric is a platform for building microservices based application. Again, Azure Service Fabric doesn't handle asynchronous using XML messages what's required. Therefore, B is out. Let's move to option C. C says Azure Queue Storage. Azure Queue Storage delivers asynchronous messaging between application components. It's ideal for scenarios where we need to decouple different parts of application and ensure reliable message delivery. This can be the potential answer. Let's park this. Let's move to option D. D says Azure Application Gateway. Azure Application Gateway is a load balancer for web application and doesn't provide messaging capabilities. That is what is required by the question or the essence of the question. Let's eliminate D. If we look at the official documentation under Azure Storage Queues, it's mentioned a queue message must be in a format compatible with an XML request using UTF-8 encoding. We'll lock option C as the correct answer. Let's bring the A to the snow. This question is quite similar to the previous one. If we look at the keywords, they are quite similar. But the option, if you look, aren't matching with the previous question, right? So something is wrong or something different is there, right? So let's check one by one. We'll first look at option A. A says Azure Notification Hub. Notification Hub is used for push notification to mobile devices and again not suitable for general purpose message communication, just like the previous option previous question we have eliminated. Next, let's look at option C. C says Azure Blob Storage. Blob storage is for storing unstructured data and doesn't provide necessary features for asynchronous messaging as required by the question once again. If you look here, C is out. Let's move to option D. D says Azure Service Fabric. Azure Service Fabric is not meant for asynchronous messaging using XML messages. Therefore, D is out. We are left out with B, and if we look at the official documentation, it's mentioned asynchronous messaging options. Based on the requirement of each message type, the article recommends Azure Messaging Services. The options include Azure Service Bus Messaging. There are a few others like Azure Event Grid and Event Hubs. For different product comparison, you can have a look at this documentation and clarify your concept of when this messaging service is used for, and for what, like when Azure Event Grid is used or when Azure Service Bus Messaging should be used. So those kind of things. So I hope you got the concept. We'll lock option B as the correct answer. So please don't go away. Let's meet in next part of the series where we'll be doing a fresh set of hands-on theory and some quiz to test our knowledge.